Right, so it's Dan from the Mike James Rock Show, and I'm going to get these lovely lads from Polaris to introduce themselves.
Hey, my name is Jamie.
And I'm Ryan.
And you guys do which things on stage?
I play guitar and he sings.
Well, yell at people, but yeah, pretty much.
You vocalise harshly.
Yes, I get angry and shout at people.
And you guys are currently on tour with Beartooth and Architects. I'm going to ask the obvious question, I do apologise. How's it going with them?
Are we allowed to swear?
Yes, yeah.
It's fucking incredible.
Yeah, like what he said, what more else can we say? We're very, very grateful to be on this tour with two of our favourite bands, you know. Every night we're, getting off stage and we're like, what the hell just happened? Because, we're not used to big crowds like this, are we?
No, like we've played a handful of shows to like this scale, and most of them being like festival shows.
Yeah.
But like consistently playing shows of this level to these crowds and this level of production as well every night is just like, I'm expecting to wake up at any moment back home, like not in a band, not like doing anything like this. It's like a dream, honestly. Yeah.
That's a pretty good answer, I'd say. Because, as you can imagine, I just wanted to bring myself up to date on more than just what your latest track we played was. And it was, for me, it's quite an interesting one because you guys, Beartooth and Architects, are all people that have a similar sort of, I don't know, feedback online where, hotly tipped, your first album just exploded. Beartooth are obviously Beartooth and Architects are Architects, and I've said about them. Has it been a bit of a dream since, because it was 2017 you released the debut?
Yep.
And as far as I could tell, shit has just skyrocketed from that point.
This past year, since releasing the record, has been the biggest year of our lives. Like just even from like day one, like releasing the album, we were over here in Europe for our first time overseas as a band.
Yep.
And from that point onwards, like we're back here now for the third time doing this with these two incredible bands, let alone all the other shows we've been playing back home. It's been like every tour after another and every show after another has just been bigger and bigger and legit just non-stop. Like.
It feels like we almost haven't really stopped since putting out the record. But when we were in the writing process, we honestly never expected things to go this way. When you're kind of creating an album, you're just so stuck in the whole process, and at the end of it you kind of end up not hating it, but you're a bit sick of it all. But it was really great to kind of put it out and have this kind of reception. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah,
I imagine you would love to go back to like the most despondent part of the album writing and just going, "Don't worry, it's gonna be okay."
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, looking back now, I'll be like, just don't stress as much. But you it's very easy to say stress less, but when you're in the moment and in that zone, it's just like nothing else you can say except like we need to write the best music that we possibly can, and I don't think this is it.
I think a few of us are just inherently stress heads and just anxious about what we do and how we write. So
I think it's always a quality of most like sort of metal musicians is we're not as angry, we're actually more anxious.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, if you don't mind me asking, I mean, you guys are obviously at the point where I imagine you might be writing and looking at the next record.
Yes.
How nerve-wracking is that for you guys at this stage?
Next question. Stress levels are high, I guess. It's like, like you said, like since we've released this record, it's just, quite literally has just blown up and has done way more than we ever thought it ever would do. Now we're at the point of like, okay, we now need to back this up even bigger and better. And so now, pressure's on even more. Like we gotta live up to that and more. And like we're currently, we got a writing rig out with us on the road now.
Nice.
Trying to write as much as we can while we're here to try and try to get a new record done. And hopefully, some new music out potentially by the end of the year if all goes well. Like,
okay,
yeah.
So are you guys like drifting down a motorway, like literally practicing in the writing rig, or is it when it stopped?
I'd like to say yes, but there's not much room in our little minibus. But in the green rooms and stuff, we're trying as much as we can to be writing. Yeah. Okay.
And do you reckon that maybe because we talked a little bit already about stress, it kind of caused the writing process to go well last time? Maybe you're doing the right thing, but like sort of cramming it in, but. from the sounds of it, you guys are actually quite down to earth about it. And I'm thankful for answering the question, because it's something you do always wonder when you like see a big band explode off the first album. It's like, from our perspective, I want to say don't worry too much, because the feedback online about you guys is lovely, and it's only, in my opinion, really the guys that will hate it, whether it's good or bad, that will give you a lot of bad feedback on a second album.
I mean, you're always going to get haters in a sense, or not so much haters, but like, you can't please everyone.
No, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
You can't please everyone.
And with the second record, I think, like, because we didn't really have many expectations to meet with the first album, we were just kind of creating art for the fun of it.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of vibe this time, because we have everyone kind of almost watching us, if you know what I mean. But I think
kind of expecting a certain sound from us now, maybe, I guess. But
I think if we, the music always comes from a very genuine place, so we just kind of have to tap into that again and just kind of believe in ourselves and let us do what we do best. But like you said, we do stress about it a lot.
Of course. At the end of the day, like, we've always seemed to write music that we want to hear. We don't, like, we're at the end of the day, we're doing metalcore. That's been done and dusted how long now, for the past 10-15 years or so. I don't think we're doing anything that's really reinventing. We're just writing riffs and songs and parts that we think sound bloody sick, and that we want to put down on a record. Like,
that's an interesting thing you mentioned there, because it's weird how the newer genres have, like, in people's perceptions, a shorter shelf life. Because, I mean, we still have the same thrash heroes headlining sort of the major festivals, whether it be US or Australia. You get the same sort of big acts that we do. But there does seem to be this weird pressure on metalcore, where everybody's like, well, it's done and dusted now. It's like, okay, well, tell all the metalcore bands that, because I don't think they'll be very happy.
No.
But no, if you guys aren't sort of getting bogged down with trying to do the reinvention thing and just write good music, that to me is, I'm quite excited for the next record. Are you guys going to give yourself a bit of time off for the recording process, or is it go still for you guys?
Yes and no, I guess.
Not really, I don't think. After this tour, like we said to you before, we're just pretty much just trying to get this record together right now. And riding on the road is proving to be a lot more difficult than we thought it'd be.
Ideally, I think we might have space in the minivan, and it's like cramped, so we can't get guitars in there, so it's pretty much down to green rooms and days off, really.
And especially when you're on tour, you're always tired, maybe sometimes hungover from the night before, so you don't really exactly have the energy to bust out a guitar or set up a whole rig to write. But
like, the day off is usually like, all right, no, I just want to just do nothing.
We have
think about a guitar today, like.
We have every intention to write on our days off.
Yes, we do.
Is that pressure you guys are holding yourself to on the timeline, or is there, shall we say, external pressures that are sort of saying that you should write within that time?
I mean, more so for us, we want to make sure we get music out this year. So I guess it's more with us. But I mean, of course, there is pressures behind the scene. Like I guess deadlines that we need to meet. But we already know that ourselves. We already set a goal that, like, we want to have new music out this year. Whether it be one song or whether it be an album by the end of the year, the goal is to have music out.
Luckily, we work with labels and management who don't necessarily come down too hard on us as far as the creative process or the writing process goes, and they kind of just let us do what we do best, which is really great. We're really grateful to be working with Resist and Sharp Tone. But I think the pressure is just mostly from ourselves. We could have really given ourselves a lot more time, but I think when you plan an album out, there's a specific time frame, there's press, there's all this stuff you got to kind of think about ahead of time. So when you think about all that, like, the record would be out in how many months? I think a lead up to a record is probably like 3 months press and promo.
Sometimes longer, depending.
We're really trying to push ourselves to put something out later this year, hopefully.
I did wonder, because you guys do have, like, quite a driven sort of attitude. I'm picking that up straight away. And it's just quite interesting, because as you can imagine, writing processes change sometimes, even band member to band member, not just band to band. Yeah, because from the sounds of it, as well, Stressed is a little bit more time, I imagine, on the first album than this one.
Yeah.
But no, I'd be quite interested to see what comes from it, because you've got the balance of writing from a place of having an awesome couple of years, but also getting some of the stresses of having an awesome couple of years as well.
Yeah.
I generally like the second album of a band. I think it's normally quite a good one because of that creative place it comes from.
Creative growth, in a sense, I guess you could say, yeah.
It's your third one you've got to worry about. See, that's
the third one.
Yeah, it's when you've been...
That's the deal breaker right
it's
there.
when you've been touring for a long time and you're just...
A little bit jaded.
Yeah, every song is about going home.
Shit, now we've got to worry about that now.
But no, it's been absolutely awesome talking to you guys. I mean, I would say, what are you doing next? But I think we generally covered all the standard sort of questions within a chat. I just want to wish you guys luck for tonight, because this is an amazing arena. In fact,
It's bloody huge.
one I come to a lot. Yeah, and don't feel bad. The Welsh are crazy. They're going to get into it from the moment you guys play the first note. Yeah, best of luck, guys. And
Thank you very
I look
much
forward
so
to later.
much.
Oh, side note, if you hear really high-pitched screaming, it's just me.
Yes.
I love that.
I'll make sure I pop my ears out and make sure I hear that tonight.
Anyway, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Good to chat to you.